A woman shoots her husband in the face 5 times. Then she stops talking. Not to the police, not to her lawyers, not to her doctors, not one word for 6 years. That's not the twist. That's page 1. This week's book has the most famous plot twist in modern thrillers, and I went in knowing a twist was coming, which is the hardest test a twist can face. It passed, mostly. Let's talk about it. This is The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides, week 5 of 52 pickup, where I read a book a week for a year and you're invited to read along. 4 books in, we've done a sci-fi trilogy and a Malcolm Gladwell detour. So this week, our first thriller. And I didn't ease in. This is The Thriller, the 2019 debut that sold millions of copies and made every airport bookstore shelf bow in the middle. The setup: Alicia Berenson is a painter, married, happily, by all accounts, to a fashion photographer named Gabriel. One evening he comes home late and she shoots him 5 times. Then she goes silent, completely. Her only statement is a painting she finishes days later. A self-portrait titled Alcestis. Hold that name, it's load-bearing. Enter Theo Faber, a psychotherapist who has followed the case for years and gets himself hired at the secure unit where Alicia lives, convinced he's the one who can make her speak. Why this one? Why now? Because you kept telling me to. And because after Gladwell, I wanted a book that's pure story. The kind you finish at 1 a.m. against your own better judgment. Read along this week. It'll take you 2 sittings, maybe 1. First, what works? And the biggest thing is the nerve of the premise itself. Thrillers live and die on voice, and Michaelides deliberately silences the most interesting voice in the book. Alicia can't tell you her story, so the book hands you 2 imperfect substitutes: Theo's clinical, confessional narration and Alicia's old diary entries, written in the weeks before the shooting. 2 unreliable windows on the same locked room. You spend the whole book leaning in, trying to hear the person who won't speak. That's the engine, and it never stalls. Second, the Alcestis thing. In the Greek myth, Alcestis dies in her husband's place. He lets her, and when she's brought back from the dead, she says nothing. Michaelides doesn't hide his source. He practically hands you the decoder ring and dares you to use it. I love when a book plays fair like that. The clue to everything is hanging on the wall in chapter 1, in a museum-quality frame. Now the honest part, and you know I'll always give you the honest part. The middle sags. Once Theo is inside the grove, the book settles into a rhythm of interview, suspect, red herring, repeat. The cousin, the gallery owner, the brother-in-law. Each one gets a chapter of looking guilty, and on a second pass you can see the scaffolding. These aren't characters so much as load distribution for the twist. The prose is clean and fast, but it's serving the machine, not singing. If you've read a lot of thrillers, you'll feel the drag around the halfway mark. And here's the thing, you'll keep going anyway, because the engine I mentioned, the silence, keeps pulling. And the psychology deserves a mention. Michaelides worked in a secure psychiatric unit, and it shows in texture. The group therapy politics, the medication debates, the institutional weariness. Is it clinically airtight? No. And if you work in medicine, you'll raise an eyebrow at least twice. Is it convincing on the page? Completely. Because we have to talk about the twist. The reveal is that Theo, our narrator, our guide, the reasonable man asking reasonable questions, was already part of Alicia's story before he ever set foot in the grove. The masked man in her house the night of the shooting? him. The timelines you assumed were parallel were sequential. His chapters about his wife's affair aren't happening alongside the therapy. They happen before all of it. It's the same sleight of hand that powers the great twist stories. Not hidden information, but misassembled chronology. And every clue was sitting in plain sight, fair as the Alcestis on the wall. When it lands, it reorganizes the entire book behind you. I put the book down and stared at a wall for a minute. That's the good stuff. My one asterisk, even here. A twist this good is a check the rest of the book has to cash on reread. And on reread, the middle chapters are thinner for knowing. The greats, and I'll say Gone Girl is still the bar. Get richer the second time. This one gets cleverer, but not deeper. The moment I'd hand someone to explain this book, Alicia's final diary entry, the one that isn't for her. Without spoiling the mechanics for the skippers who jumped ahead, the book's last act turns the diary from a window into a weapon, and the quietest character in the story gets the loudest final word without ever opening her mouth. The silent patient speaks exactly once, in ink, and it's checkmate. Structurally, it's the best chapter Michaelides has ever written. Rating. The silent patient gets a Jack. Here's the math on that. The twist is ace tier. Genuinely one of the best executed reveals in the modern thriller catalog, and it plays completely fair. But a card rank is for the whole book, and the whole book includes a middle that runs on red herring autopilot and characters built to be suspected rather than known. Very good. Compulsively readable. Not elite. A Jack is a face card. This earns its face card. It just doesn't touch the royalty above it. Who it's for? Anyone who wants a one-sitting read. Anyone who loved Gone Girl or The Woman in the Window. And honestly, anyone who's been meaning to get back into reading. This is a gateway drug book. Who should skip it? If twist delivery systems annoy you and you read for sentence-level craft, this will feel like fast food. Well-made fast food. Copies linked below. And as an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. 5 books down, 47 to go. And here's the new tradition. I'm telling you next week's book right now, so you can read it with me instead of after me. Next week, Lucky by Marissa Stapley. A con artist wins the lottery and can't cash the ticket without getting caught. One of the great hook premises of the last few years. Grab it this week, read along, and come argue with me in the comments when the episode drops. If this channel is your kind of book club, subscribe so you don't miss it. I'm Fred. This is 52 Pickup. See you next week.